Hi guys, my name's Ben and welcome back to the Pride of Villa. I'm back with another transfer update for you. I'm going to be covering a very exciting incoming potentially to Aston Villa, covering an outgoing to Aston Villa, and we're going to also look at the transfer fixtures that have come out for the Premier League season going ahead. We're going to go through the first few games and see what important games are going to be going out throughout the season. So if you all enjoy this video, please leave a like, and now you love a transfer update because I love one as well. Turn those notifications, press the subscribe button, share with the friends. Let's get a like spike and share spike going. But without further ado, let's get started. So, the first story that we have to cover today is a potentially exciting incoming. Now, I believe this broke about the mid-hours of late afternoon yesterday as I'm recording. It is, of course, the return of Ashley Young to Aston Villa. Now, Ashley Young joined Villa back in 2007, playing with Villa till 2011, where he would leave Villa and join Manchester United. He would go and play for them from, I believe, till about 2019, 2018. And then he would depart on a free to go and join Inter Milan, and has now been released from Inter Milan following the expiration of his contract, and is now looking for a club. Now, it was initially reported that he would be going home to his original boyhood club, Watford, because he wanted to see them in the Premier League and wanted to play with them. It was then reported that he'd been on the verge of joining Burnley on a free. However, in the past 24 hours, it's now reported that he could be the potential next signing for Dean Smith's Aston Villa on the free again. And I'm not really complaining about this one. You know, he really doesn't fit the mould of Dean Smith. Obviously, he likes to target much younger players. And actually, I think he's very much past it. However, on a free, not going to cost a lot of money. Very experienced, won the Serie A with Inter Milan, won a bunch of titles with Manchester United. A very experienced club in terms of where he's gone around the world, and also the fact that he's going to be able to be providing cover to the left back position whilst not overtaking that target, and apparently even still being able to provide competition for right back. I think it makes a perfect signing. It'd be nice to see him back in an Aston Villa shirt, and if this is where he wants to end his career, that would be cool. If he wants to go to Watford eventually after this move, that would be absolutely fine. But I think this is a really good opportunity to bring in that left back cover that we need. Obviously, I don't think we're going to get Rico Henry now. I think some of the other targets that you're looking at is probably too risky. Whereas you've got someone like Ashley Young, who you've got a bit of faith in, who's played it with Villa and in the Premier League before, can still perform. I think it's a move that makes a lot of sense, and it's a move that I'm not going to be too disappointed about if he does provide that competition, which we desperately need. So there is the first transfer in going story. Ashley Young potentially coming back to the Claret and Blues. Let's hope that this move is going to be fine, because I think a lot of people would like to see it. But let's move on to our second transfer story of the day. So the next transfer story that we have to cover is an outgoing. Now, this has been reported a lot over the past week. It was originally linked with him and Morgan Sanson, but I'm not going to count the Morgan Sanson one because I do think he deserves more time, and I think that really is not going to happen. It's about Douglas Luiz. Now, this also links into Arsenal, because Arsenal are reportedly looking to sell Granit Xhaka. Simply put, they've had enough of his quality not really providing for the team over the time he's been here, and looking to move him on. And Jose Mourinho, being the new manager of AS Roma, he's looking to bring in a new midfielder, and reportedly Granit Xhaka is that answer to what they're looking for. However, he's now reported that not only is Douglas Luiz been linked to a move away, considering how much better he's been since joining Aston Villa. There was talks of him going back to Manchester United. There is now talks that if Xhaka is not bought by Jose Mourinho for Roma, he's reported that Douglas Luiz will be that target for Jose Mourinho. Now, I think, in terms of what we've seen of Douglas Luiz, I've already said, I think he's been really disappointing this season. I think compared to midway through the lockdown period, he came back and became an absolute gem in that midfield, really providing a place for him in the team where it felt so lost without him, because he was just wondrously aiming on the pitch without really any intent. But to see him now, to see him then flourish into a really good midfielder, somebody that, you know, you always wanted the first 11. It was really fresh and exciting to see. We're finally going to get our money's worth of him. And then he's just massively declined. I've already said this. He doesn't attack him, or doesn't really score goals. I don't really think defensively he's helping out. I think, if anything, Nakamba has definitely proven why he should be perhaps starting ahead of Douglas Luiz now, considering how great a performance he had against Chelsea on the final day. On that flip side, however, I still would be upset if we was to lose Douglas Luiz. There is an immense amount of room to work with. I still think there is a chance he can turn it around. And I do think that, um, there is, it's as I said, I just think there's loads of opportunities to work around with him. And I think missing him would be really costly in that midfield. Because then we still need somebody there. I think you take away him, it's really going to let us down. I think it's a move that, in the grand scheme of things, I think we will come back to bite us. And I hope that we don't end up letting him go. Although if he doesn't have a great years next season, I wouldn't be surprised if he was to leave. So that is our second transfer rumour. Douglas Luiz potentially joining Italy with AS Roma. Do you think he should be leaving? Do you think he would be a much better addition with Villa than Roma? Leave in the comments down below. And let's move on to the next story, which is now going to focus on the fixtures of Aston Villa next season. And finally, I don't really have any more transfer updates. Obviously, James Ward-Prowse is still the big talk, but that's not really going to happen. But apart from that, nothing else has been got enough foundation to it. So I'm going to focus on not the transfer fixtures, the Premier League fixtures that are coming out for Aston Villa next season. They came out this morning, and it's very interesting to always say. I know people like to think of this as high as the transfer window because it's always that excitement of when we're going to play our rivals, when we're going to play the big matches, who we're going to start with, who we're going to end with. And so it's quite exciting. Obviously, the first month of August, we've got 3 games. We're going to be starting off with new promoted Watford, then Newcastle, then Brentford. So it's actually quite an easy first 3 games for Villa. You got to think Watford and Brentford, they're going to want to find their footing in the Premier League, considering they've just come back up. You want to think that we're going to get a nice, clean, easy 6 points there. Newcastle, obviously, it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do there. Then we've got Chelsea, Everton, and Man United in September. Going to be a difficult month there. Obviously, Chelsea, Champions League winners, Man United in the Europa League final, and obviously Everton looking for a new manager. So there could be potential points there. But it'll be very interesting to see how we fare against Chelsea and Man United. October, Tottenham, Wolves, Arsenal, West Ham, a very interesting month there. Obviously, Wolves just appointing Bruno Lange as their manager after Nunes has left. Tottenham looking to potentially make a signing if Harry Kane isn't to leave. Arsenal in the mud. West Ham United looking to bounce back off of a great season last year, finishing in that Europa League spot. November, Southampton, Brighton, Crystal Palace, and then Man City. 3, I think, easy games there. Considering Crystal Palace still without a manager. Brighton, Graham Potter's on the bit of a rocks apparently. In Southampton, it'll be interesting to see who they're going to be signing. I think it was Pereira, whoever they're bringing in. And then obviously Man City, we'll see how they bounce back after losing it in the Champions League final. December, then we've got 6 games. Leicester, Liverpool, Norwich City, Burnley, Chelsea, Leeds. 3 tough games in that month. Chelsea, Liverpool, and Leicester City. Sorry about that, guys. Norwich City, Burnley, and Leeds, however, could be 9 points there. Obviously, Norwich again, newly promoted. First time we're going to be playing them, seeing how they get their footing back, losing Buendia. Burnley, who they're going to be signing if they are going to make one. And then Leeds, what are they going to be doing next season regarding to managerial position? Because I don't think Bielsa's staying on, from what I believe. January then, 3 games again. Brentford, Man U, Everton. So Brentford, hopefully we can do the double over them. And the same with Man U and Everton. February, Leeds, Newcastle, Watford, Brighton. March, Southampton, West Ham, Arsenal. April, 5 games again. Wolves, Tottenham, Liverpool, Leicester, Norwich. Going to be a tough few months there for Norwich. Looking to stay in the Premier League, plus the likes of Wolves if they're going to actually be anything this season with Bruno Lange. And then finally in May, we round off and go quite easy month. Burnley and Palace, and then on the 22nd, Aston Villa finish away at Manchester City. A really interesting load of fixtures there. I think because West Brom in there makes it a little bit like, oh, where's the derby, where's the atmosphere? But I'm very excited. Obviously, Watford, Brentford, Norwich, is nice to see them, especially Brentford. I'm really excited to see how they're going to be in the Premier League. And obviously ending on a bigger game away at Manchester City. Someone said on Twitter, could be a title decider. But yeah, I'm really excited about those fixtures. I'm really excited for the Premier League season going ahead. Obviously, a lot of big targets brought in by Aston Villa. A lot of big new circulations coming out. It's just, if you're an Aston Villa fan, we've said this many times, but really true, if you're an Aston Villa fan right now, this has got to be you're living a dream, because who knows where we could be in the future. You never know, we could be going for the title, probably won't, but only one can dream, aren't they? And that's going to wrap up this transfer update and fixtures episode of the Pride Villa. If you did enjoy the video, obviously, as I said, please leave a like. Tell us in the comments down below what you thought about those ingoings and outgoings today, plus what fixtures you're looking forward to this season, because we all know we're all looking forward to them. Personally, I'm just looking forward to the Brentford ones. I'm really can't wait to see what Brentford are going to be like in the Premier League. But without further ado, I've been Ben, up the Villa with the Pride Villa. We'll see you later, boys.